All right. So, what is the date today? I don't know. I'll find out. Ugh. It's the 9th of December. The movie is out on the 20th, so it's every possibility that this is going to be the last one of these I'm going to be able to do before episode 9 happens. But then again, I'm not going to go out and see episode 9 on the first day. If at all I do go and see it in the cinema. So I could just carry on with these, and then episode 9 won't be ruined for me by whatever. Unless the internet's going to be flooded with spoilers within a week, probably as things go. It's going to be impossible to avoid knowing that Lando died, Leia died, whoever turned to the dark side and whatever. Palpatine wins. That'd be a twist, wouldn't it, if that happened? I don't know, but yeah. So, but just saying every possibility that this is going to be the last one of these, at least for now. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I can fit another one in. Maybe we'll keep it going. But who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so let's see what we can do. We're something like 50 minutes in, roughly 49 minutes, I think it was. So we've got about almost 2 hours left of the film. So far we've been doing about 10 minutes per one of these, so odds don't look great. But, well, I mean, the longer I keep chatting about nothing, the longer it's going to take. So let's just get straight on with it, shall we?
You've closed yourself off from the Force. Of course you have.
I've seen this raw strength only once before, in Ben Solo.
So if Ben Solo is the strongest, and she's the strongest he's ever seen, and then their, I don't want to say the word midichlorian, I know, midichlorian, that's a word that bothered a lot of people, isn't it? Yeah, the midichlorian count for these two are probably much higher than Anakin, and then much higher than his own. So that's kind of, forget the old people who are the chosen ones and all that, because they're nothing next to our new Mary Sue. It's because the old stuff is we don't care about looking up the old stuff. Everybody watch the new stuff, new rubbish. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, Luke's cut himself off from the Force. It's revealed just now. So he came to the island, cut himself off from the Force, and just came to die instead of being the Luke who is always optimistic and full of hope and or dashing out to save his friends when they need him. He's just not that guy anymore. He's had enough of being that guy for some reason, because of something that happened in the 30 years that we don't know about. That's like the answer to everything in these movies. It's like, there's 30 years of stuff that happened and we don't know what happened in those 30 years, so everything can be different and no need for explanation because 30 years of mystery.
It is going to be like that. It does now.
So he's more scared of her than he was Ben, who later we find he'd thought about killing, even though that's totally out of character of him. And I don't know. Oh, Bruno. No? Okay. I've got a dog here with me today. Hey, ooh, Bruno. Maybe no. Right, let's carry on. And the slow chase continues.
What was that? Nothing, Admiral. Passing debris.
Okay, so the mutiny begins with, I think, is that Carrie Fisher's daughter or something like that? So that's nice. I think that's who that is. Maybe wrong.
Fleet's only got 18 hours of fuel left. Gotta hurry.
Yeah, they've got 18 hours of fuel left. Meanwhile, Finn and Rose are in this shuttle and they've managed to hyperspace away without anyone noticing on their ship or on the enemy ship, which raises the question: why don't they all do that? Why don't they all get into shuttles and nip away, like leave the main one on autopilot or something, so the fleet, Imperial fleet, carry on chasing that fleet, and like, oh, they're just staying out of range or whatever, and then secretly everyone's somehow, because you can do that without being noticed somehow, just everybody do that, because that's kind of the plan in the end anyway, isn't it? That they all go to that planet and jump in the escape pods and go to the planet unnoticed, but then it doesn't work because they can just look out the window and see them, whereas here somehow they get away with it. Just keep doing this, and if they haven't got enough hyperspace capable ones, you know, get out once with, fill them up, out, pilot one or two pilots back in, pick up the next team, kind of doing shifts with 2 or 3 ships if you can't do it with the escape pods, and then they don't know where you've gone. They're not tracking all of them, they're just tracking the big ones. And then you could have gone, one of them could have gone to Tatooine, one of them could have gone to Bespin, or I don't know, whatever. They can go anywhere, be scattered around, and then regroup later, so they can scramble everything. I mean, if they can do this, why aren't they doing it? Why are they not doing this? Bruno, licking my hand now. Okay. Good boy.
Still can't reach the resistance. Keep at it. If you get through, check their status. Ask about Finn.
Yeah, so why is Chewbacca put all the porgs on the ship? I mean, I'm sure, okay, it's one thing to be like, oh, I don't want to eat them anymore, okay, but why has he adopted them all and put them on all? That's more work than he needed. They're all living in this. It's been in there long enough to make a nest. Yeah, how's this time span thing going then with you know, the Finn and Rose storylines going at real time, but how long have they been in there that a weird penguin has come and made a nest in the ship? What do you know? You're just staring at me. You don't know? No? Okay. Kick it. Don't kick it.
Why is the Force connecting us? You and I.
Murder.
Good question. Bruno, why is it doing that? What is the, do they explain it? Is Snoke doing it? Do we find that out later? Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. There's more mystery bag stuff. That's weird, isn't it? Ryan Johnson decided to throw out all of JJ's mystery bag and make his own mystery bag. Like, no, I don't want that mystery bag. I'm going to have my own mystery bag with blackjack and hookers.
Snake. You're too late. You lost.
Snake. Do they have snakes in this galaxy too now? I mean, if they can have ducks and roses, why not snakes? Sure, why? Yep, fine. Why not? Why not snakes?
Found Skywalker.
Did he tell you what happened? The night I destroyed his temple, did he tell you why?
I know.
He destroyed the temple. Was that the temple on Yavin 4 like it has always been for the last 30 years, or whatever was the previous? No, I don't know if they even mentioned the planet. It's weird. With the expanded universe in mind, the Jedi Temple is the huge Masasi temple, and it's got hundreds of students, and he says, I destroyed the temple. I guess it's kind of similar to Anakin destroying the Jedi Temple in Episode 3. They bombed it a bit, broke it a bit, and he goes in. He went in with an army of stormtroopers, though. He was on his own.
everything I need to know about you.
You do? You called me a monster.
You are a monster.
Yes, I am.
Is he trying to convince her or himself? Because he didn't kill his mum. He might not have killed his dad. Maybe he did. He's like, yeah, I'm a monster. I so am a monster. I am. I'm a Dark Lord of the Sith, but not really a Dark Lord of the Sith. The other thing. I'm a Knight of Ren, which has not been we made it up because we want to be cool. No, he didn't kill the other ones. He had a gang, didn't he? They was in a flashback in the other movie, and they're going to be in the next one. Where are they now? Oh, so he got wet through the So, I mean, because I was asking him the other thing about how Luke gave Leia the dice for real when it was all an apparition or whatever, but somehow. So, like, what's going on then? Are you an apparition so you can get small things through for? So, like, if Luke tried really hard, maybe that's going to be the thing. So, if he tried really hard, he could actually teleport fully. So then, at the end of the movie, when the clothes all fell down, he's going to teleport to the salt planet, but he'll be naked. He'll pop up like Luke Terminator. That'd be cool. That'll be. I don't know, maybe that'll be how they retcon it in the next one. Who knows? I mean, that's what I would do at this stage, if it's been set up as a possibility. Could work.
Okay, we get in, we find this code breaker, we get out.
You know this?
I was where was I earlier today? I was in a shop, and they had a micro machine of that ship with an X-wing, but the packet said transport versus X-wing, which, I mean, I know that's not part of the movie, but it's like, how's the merchandise is getting it wrong as well? Because this is a rebel ship and the X-wing's a rebel ship. Why would they didn't fight? They don't fight. And there was a blue X-wing as well. I don't remember seeing those in the. Maybe they were, and I'm not paying that much attention. But yeah, why? I mean, the movie's confusing enough. Why is the merchandise going to be like, oh yeah, and then the good guys fight themselves? Just come on.
Town? Canto Bight?
From stories. It's a terrible place filled with the worst people in the galaxy.
Great.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy, except this one.
I told those two, I said, this is a public beach, you can't park that shuttle here.
So this is an important error that, because this is one of the problems with the film as well, is that things go wrong because of the characters being stupid rather than like tactics. Good, the villains outwit them or something. They do a dumb thing, and this is one like so. They've gone there. They want to get a code breaker, a spy. They want to get someone for some undercover stuff. They want to. They're already being chased down by the Empire and everything. They want to keep a low profile. So why illegally park under these spotlights? They're probably ships that are just like. But why? Let's just park on the beach. Let's just park here where everybody can see us. And the guys explicitly said, no, you can't park here. Oh, we're going to do it anyway. What? Don't. You go there and be like, oh, sorry, lorry. Don't want to cause any trouble, and just be inconspicuous and like, and he can be like, oh, sorry, yeah, don't worry about it. Or just remember for next time that this is a beach, not a parking space, docking bay, whatever. Docking bays are elsewhere. So this causes issues for them. Just unnecessary.
They just head off toward the casino.
Even knows where they are. Like, yeah, they'll find in the casino. people really hate this Canto Bight stuff. It's kind of interesting seeing like rich aliens instead of the normal cantina type, the Jabba's underbelly, whatever. So it does just kind of look like a Casino Royale from James Bond, with mixed with a Jim Henson type puppetry situation. You can't see the screen at all on there, as far as I can tell. But oh well, we're trying to avoid copyright stuff, so the more obscure it is, the better, I guess.
Oh yes, this place is great.
They stick out because everyone is in tuxedos, which we haven't seen tuxedos in Star Wars before, have we? It's the sort of rich, wealthy people kind of go for robes or kind of alien type regal stuff, a bit more like historical inspired rather than this whole James Bond vibe that we're going for. But yeah, everyone's in tuxedos and fancy dresses and then he's still in the flight jacket and she's in her work overalls. I mean, they stand out.
This place is great.
Ma said his master codebreaker would have a red emblem on his lapel. Let's find him and get out of here.
So the plan is find the guy with a red flower on his thing and get in, get out, get the job done. That's what they're there for.
Well played, house win.
See, okay, you got this little guy here who's, well, how big is he? He's like 8 inches tall or something. Maybe this is just something that bothers me, but every time there's too many little people, aliens in this, and it wouldn't be a problem, but it kind of weakens Yoda, I think, in like his character. Like, you've got Empire Strikes Back, and Luke meets Yoda, who's just this little guy, and he's like, well, there's no way you can be the Jedi Master because you're just a little guy. And you kind of go into that with the assumption everyone he's met so far has been about the same height as him. The Jawas, they're like half his height, and Yoda's even smaller than that. And he knows the Jawas don't have any powers; they're just like the weird sand scavenger people. There's a couple of other alien species that are sort of shorter, but they're just again, they're just normal guys. So as far as he's aware, little people don't have powers. Most people his own size don't have powers, so the idea that this little green guy is going to be a Jedi Master is just insane to him. But when you keep filling the universe with other small guys, there's a whole species of these, there's a race of these, a whole planet of these, there's a whole planet of some of the other ones you see in this scene, a whole planet of other ones. There's in the Clone Wars cartoon, I mean, it might be the same species as this, but there's like a little slug guy who goes on an adventure with R2-D2. So there's going to be a whole planet of those. So you'd think, even though we don't see them on screen, Luke's probably met lots of these tiny little people species, and it's, if there's a good proportion of the people you're meeting are these small people, you're not going to think of them in this. You're going to think of them the same way as you think of a normal-sized person, a human-sized person. It's just going to be like, oh, that's one of those, and that's one of us, and the Wookiee that's a bit bigger. The size thing's not going to be an issue. So when you get to Yoda, it's just like, oh, it's just another small guy. So for us, we'd say, oh, it's another small guy. For him, it's just another guy who happens to be small. So it's weird then for him to think that being small is weird. So then, if he doesn't think being small is weird, why would he then think a small guy can't be a powerful Jedi? I think, do I make sense with that? Maybe I'm the only person who's got a sort of issue with that, but it's just one thing that it detracts from Yoda's character. I think we're getting lots of these other small races in. and kind of the Ewoks as well, because the Ewok thing was, oh look at these small things, they're not going to stand up against the Empire, and then they thrash them and probably eat some.
Come on.
Ooh, doorbell. Back. That was Bruno's dad coming to pick him up, so he's gone now. So we shouldn't have any more kicking the camera, or scratching, or jingling of collar bell, or whatever it is. But also no little fuss ball. So swings and roundabouts. I've never understood that phrase, because swings and roundabouts are both good things. Anyway, on to worse times. So you get another little Yoda type sized. He looks smaller than Yoda. Another one. It's just like too many small people. I'm not I haven't got anything against small people. I like Yoda. It's just, I mean, small people in the sense of story world building. Why did also this guy particularly? I mean, he lives in the Star Wars galaxy. Surely he's seen an astromech droid before. Why does he think it's a slot machine? I know BB-8 kind of looked a bit like the slot machines that are over there, but those were clearly slot machines, and that's clearly an astro droid. I mean, he's not holding a drink, so is he drunk out of his mind? I mean, this is supposed to be a bit of comedy, but it's just stupid. So this is one of the times I'm going to say the comedy in this was bad. Oh, and he just throwing a belch into the droid's face, which I suppose is supposed to be more disgusting, a burp into the face. But he's a droid, he's made of metal, he doesn't have a smell receptor, so he's not going to bother him anyway. It's just, it won't register.
What are those things?
Bodies. I've never seen a real one.
So we've got the horse racing, or it could be dog racing. They're bigger, I guess they're a bit more like horses, so that's kind of a real world equivalent thing to, I don't know what, I'm not really making a point here, but I think it's just because this is setting up the whole thing, like, oh, I love the ponies, and I don't want the ponies to be slaves, but I kind of don't care that much about the children. I'll save the ponies, but I'm not going to save the children.
Look, this whole place is beautiful. I mean, come on. Why'd you hate it so much?
Look closer. They took everything we had. And who do you think these people are? There's only one business in the galaxy that'll get you this rich.
War.
Selling weapons to the First Order. I wish.
So these guys are selling weapons to the First Order. I mean, later on we find out they're selling weapons to both sides, so it seems odd. I mean, do they not have any? I'm just trying to, because it's all about the government, and that we got the Republic versus the Empire. Some people want the Republic, some people want the Empire. Who are these backing? Both. Why are they backing? Because we make money. If the Republic and the Empire keep fighting each other, we make money, so we win somehow. But like, surely they have some concern about their own safety in the galaxy. Do they want to live in a constant war zone? Because this isn't like selling weapons to the Middle East or something, and we're like, oh, we're over here, we're fine. The war's over there. The war's over there. We're fine. We're fine. We can make all the money, and all the people over there can be bombed and die and have horrific acid attacks and chemical, all of that over there. We're fine over here. This is a galaxy-wide, constant, like they're trying to, one side's trying to take more planets to be theirs, and the other side's trying to take them back. One side just blows planets up if it gets fed up with them, or if it wants to make a point. I guess she says the best way to make money is selling weapons to the First Order and the other to either side, and encourage the wars. You can keep making money, but it just, I don't know. Maybe because I'm not a weapons dealer, I don't get it. It's not a world I'm familiar with, so maybe they do have a way of keeping it at arm's length. Obviously, they don't have a conscience about it, but surely they'd have some kind of self-preservation about it. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything what I'm talking about.
I could put my fist through this whole lousy red plum blue.
Okay, so they found the red flower guy. Alright, so there he is. But they come charging in like that. Again, there's no subtlety to, oh, yeah, we need to get this guy, we need to kind of whisper in his ear, like, hey, the Republic needs your help, come with us. Oh yes, thank you, good night everybody. They're just come barging in, pushing people out. There he is! Like, what? Calm down. You have no subtlety. This is supposed to be a stealthy mission. So yeah, you got this guy who has got like the James Bond villain vibe about him, the slicked hair, the mustache, and the women and everything. Obviously gambling. Looks like just kind of standard. Is it roulette? Yeah. So this is the guy they want. He looks the part and everything. This is the guy they want.
Red claw blue.
The master code breaker.
I mean, stop shouting about it. Stop shouting. He's the master codebreaker! Shh. I am wanted in 12 systems.
Yep, those are the shuttle parkers.
Alright, you two are under arrest.
So yeah. The thing, it caught up with them. They parked illegally. I mean, it's a weird place where you can get stunned for like parking fines. Normally, you just return to your ship and find a little your car, and find a little ticket tucked under the windscreen wiper. You're like, oh man, £80. That sucks. They don't come after you and zap you in the neck. I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have parked there, but they weren't obstructing anything either. Dangerous. They weren't in the way of the emergency services or anything like that. The neck zap is. They're going to put him in prison as well. They're putting him in prison for a parking violation. You can't park on the beach. How long? What? Oh, sorry. What's the? All right. Sorry about that. But what's the repercussions of that? Life imprisonment, torture by electric shock. What? Bit harsh, isn't it? This is Canto Bight. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
What was that?
What now, lovey? On the road.
Has he hacked the table somehow? I don't think it matters. Where did she learn that? Because those look like there's some reasonably good moves, sort of like a kata, I think you call it in martial arts. It looked like a routine. Who's taught her that? Onkar Plutt on the name. Simon Pegg on the Junk Planet wasn't teaching her that. He didn't really like her. He adopted her and was like, yeah, now you go live in the desert and bring me back scrap metal and I might give you some food. He's not teaching her martial arts. He doesn't know martial arts. Where's she learning martial arts? I mean, it's one thing that she's naturally strong with the Force and can use it kind of with sort of ease. We don't naturally know how to do martial arts. Do they have kung fu movies? Has she like watched some Space Bruce Lee and just studied his moves and like copied them or something? Where has she learnt this? Mystery bag. Okay, now with that, to me, some of that just looks like wild swinging. So the kata skill has gone, but would actually kind of make sense with the next thing I was about to say. But some of it looked like she was still trying to do some kata stuff. But I think her first weapon was the long staff, and her now weapon is the sword, which acts, depending on what movie it's in, it either acts like a broadsword or a samurai katana. I think they've gone more for the katana now. But yeah, either way. So the moves you do with that are different to the moves you do with that. So if she knows how to use this, she's not going to know how to use this, and you can't really transfer those. You've got different moves with this as you do with this. And I'm not a martial arts expert or a weapons expert, but just very basic knowledge of that tells you that much. They don't transfer that well. You need to be trained specifically in each one to some extent. So I mean, maybe that's why she was pretty good with the stick, but she's now just flailing with the lightsaber. But then now he's looking at her like, oh, she has some promise. No, she doesn't. She's just waving her around. Bit of light-hearted comedy there, but if they'd been just 1 second ahead, they'd be dead. That would not be funny. Just didn't say sorry or nothing. Just like, yeah, well, if I wanted you dead, you would be kind of. I don't know. What, could have had a bit of a like, oops, oh, sorry. It's just something. They're people too. They look like weird frog creatures, but they're people too. Yeah, and Luke's like, yeah, no, it was flailing. It was rubbish.
Lesson 2. Now that they're extinct, the Jedi are romanticized, deified. If you strip away the myth and look at their deeds, the legacy of the Jedi is failure. Hypocrisy, hubris.
That's not true.
At the height of their powers, they allowed Darth Sidious to rise, create the Empire, and wipe them out. He was a Jedi master.
Oh, that's a reference to the prequels. Hooray! They called him by his prequel name, Darth Sidious. Oh, nice. So, the height of their power. Was that the height of their power? I mean, yeah, within the 6 movies maybe, but episode 1 to 3 where the Jedi kept saying like, oh, don't tell anyone, but our force powers are kind of diminished at the moment for some reason. We're kind of not in a good way right now. Don't tell anyone. We're trying to figure out what's going on, but we can't figure out what's going on. And then they figured out there was the Sith going on, and something to do with Sidious leeching them all or something. I don't think they fully explain it in the movies, but it's kind of implied. I'm being a bit pedantic on the semantics there, but that wasn't really the height of their power. That was their last days.
Responsible for the training and creation of Darth Vader.
And a Jedi who saved him. Yes, the most hated man in the galaxy, but you saw there was conflict inside him. You believed that he wasn't gone, that he could be turned.
And I became a legend. For many years there was balance. And then I saw Ben, my nephew, with that mighty Skywalker blood. And in my hubris, I thought I could train him. I could pass on my strengths.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You were the first of the new Jedi, and Yoda and Obi-Wan wanted you to do that. They wanted you to be the training them and school, like your nephew that's got lots of power. That's like, oh yeah, perfect. Carry that on, as well as all the other students you found from wherever. Where's the problem? That's not your hubris. That's your job.
On about it, but Leia trusted me with her son. I took him and a dozen students and began the training temple. By the time I realized I was no match for the darkness rising, it was too late. What happened?
He was no match for the darkness rising him, but nothing had happened yet. Nothing had happened yet. What was he on about? No match for the darkness rising in him. After Vader, they've just done the Vader thing. Like, if you turned Vader and he was the baddest guy in the galaxy, and like, but oh no, but Kylo Ben is worse somehow, even though he wasn't at that stage, and he may never had been if it weren't for whatever this stupid mistake was, and then later in the film he just whoops him. So what do you mean he's no match? He outclasses Kylo by an obscene amount.
I went to confront him, and he turned on me. He must have thought I was dead. When I came to, the temple was burning. He had vanished with a handful of my students and slaughtered the rest.
So this is the first of, I think there's 3 scenes, isn't it, where it's his version, Kylo's version, and the real version, which it's like poetry. It rhymes with the what I told you was true from a certain point of view. But although this kind of is different to that, whereas Ben was kind of like he was telling the truth as it was, but he was hiding a bit on purpose. This is fully, oh, here's my perspective, there's some truth to it and some of it's a bit wrong. Here's the opposite perspective, there's some truth to it and some of it's wrong. And then here's what actually happened, which kind of matches that one in some ways, kind of matches that one in some ways, but doesn't in some ways. Which, this happens in real life as well. It's a normal thing of witness statements. One person's going to be accurate in some things, but they're going to subconsciously feed their biases into it. They won't do it on purpose all the time. They don't mean to. It's just, this is the way I saw it. This is how I thought it went. This is how I interpreted it. So it's kind of an interesting thing to do. Again, I don't know if it's a Star Wars thing to do with that. Star Wars hasn't really done flashbacks that, if at all, in the movies. I don't think they've done some flash forwards and then some dream stuff. It's not totally out of place, but it's just not really been done before. Not really something to be too bothered about. It's quite an interesting thing, yeah.
Leia blamed Snow, but it was me.
So he sensed the darkness in Kylo, but he didn't sense it in the other 6 or whatever guys who went along with him. How has this happened? So Kylo wasn't bad at this stage. He was still one of the students, but as soon as something went wrong, him and 5 or 6 of his buddies were like, we're bad now, and we're going to kill the other guys. What prompts that? I mean, maybe Kylo, like, oh yeah, you've turned on me, I'm going to fight back. What's going on with the other guys? Have they spoken about this before? Has this been like, oh, I don't think Uncle Luke likes me, You know, you guys got my back if things go south, right? Yeah, boss. Yeah. Okay, because I'm not gonna be a Sith, because Sith is like so retro, and I'm not about that. Um, I'm gonna make up a new thing. The Knights of Ben. Ben, that's your name. No, I didn't say Ben. I said the Knights of Ren. That's gonna be us. What's Ren? I, it's it's ancient order. That's like not the Sith. It's like better than the Sith and stuff, and that's what we're gonna be. Do we? Is there any like initiation ceremony? Yeah, you gotta kill the other guys. Yeah, I never liked him anyway. Gotta make sense of it somehow.
Because I was Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. A legend.
The galaxy may need a legend.
I think this thing, Luke Skywalker, the legend. I guess it sort of plays into the real life, Star Wars fandom. We're like, yeah, Luke's a great hero of ours, and for the last 30 odd years, we thought of Luke as a movie legend and things like that. It's sort of just weird that they've put it into the real world of the real world, the story world. And now the galaxy thinks Luke is this legend, and it's gone to his head. That's probably the weirdest part. But yeah, okay. You can picture that the hero of the Galactic Civil War, who destroyed one of the Death Stars and had a hand in killing the Emperor, and turned Vader or defeated Vader or however you wanted to call it, and one of the leading generals and everything. How Luke but Han and Leia probably would have been legends too. Lando, Wedge, all of them would have been like, these were the guys that won the war. So it wouldn't just be him, and I can't imagine Luke going to his head really. Don't know, maybe a little bit like, hey, yeah, that was me. I used to bullseye Womfrats in my T16 all the time. I used to bullseye Death Stars at my X-wing all the time. So maybe to kind of find some fun in it. I don't know. Being a Jedi, particularly, I think that's where it wouldn't really go to his head. Maybe Lando would let it kind of a little. Maybe Han a bit. Luke not so much. It's just sort of an odd thing. Okay, so that one's out of fuel. They've been watching their fuel lines the whole time, keeping an eye on it. Like I said earlier, we've got 18 hours left, so this ship probably knew roughly how long it had left. So they probably, before this stage, where they're falling out of the space, like there's gravity or something. Okay, no, that's annoyed me now. It's like they should, despite the fact they've got no fuel, they should still be propelled in the same direction. They're just going to move slower, but they're still going to go in the same direction because there's no force pulling them back, and there's no gravity to this. What is happening right now. This is not physics. This is not physics, not actual physics. But anyway, before this stage, escape pods, jump into the bigger mothership, or do what Finn and Rose have done and hyperspace out of there, because that's a possibility. Pretty sure they all die now. Pointless.
Matrix will still keep him beyond range. Their medical trigger is out of fuel, and its shields are down.
The beginning of their end. Destroy it.
It's so weird with this. It's like a bit creepy with it. So other Imperial officers are like, yes, we're doing our job. Yes, this is a tactically sound decision. Let's destroy that. Haha, we are winning now. Good work, everybody. Let's all have a cup of tea. But he's got this creepy vibe about him. So like slimy. Where yeah, Palpatine, he'd be like, destroy it because he just loves being evil and that's fun. But this is just this like creepy, slimy like. It's like who's the one in Lord of the Rings? Wormtongue. It feels like one of those. Oh yes, master. Yes, it's ready to be destroyed.
Destroy it.
Rest of our crew has been evacuated and head your way. Spin it on, Rant.
Oh, okay. So you did say. All right, fine. Oh, that's an unfortunate freeze frame. They evacuated the rest of the crew, and they evacuated the rest of the crew, and they're all jumping in. It's exactly like I just said. So that's fine. It's just him. He's doing that. Captain goes down with his ship thing for some reason. It's not necessary. It's not helping anyone, is it? It's no need. Get on the pod too. Probably be more useful alive rather than doing this weird honourable tradition of dying for no reason. He was so brave he died. Didn't need to, but he did. Very. I mean, we may be losing the battle, but at least people died for no reason. That's what we stand for over here.
Admiral, fuel reserves at 6 hours.
And that was sort of a foreshadowing for her, I guess, isn't it? When she kills herself at the end, he's like an example of that to a really, really weak extent because he didn't actually have to. Unless for some reason he had to be staying at the steering wheel so everyone else could get off. I mean, they didn't really explain that. You have to assume that. It probably wasn't necessary because physics would move the ship in the same direction anyway, but they're ignoring the rules of physics because why do your homework when you're in charge of one of the most well anticipated movies of all time?
Maintain our current course.
Because that's all you can do. That's the only option you've given yourself because you're not going to get in the pods and hyperspace away because that's yeah.
Finn, Rose, where are you guys?
Okay, that was the same kind of match cut they did. I remember it was probably the first one or the second one of these. I said, "Oh, I like the match cut where he goes, oh, where's Ray?" And then they cut to where Ray is, but they've just done it again. Oh, where are Finn and Rose? Here they are. I liked it the first time, but are they going to keep doing this? Like, oh, where's so and so? Here they are. To the audience, is it necessary? If you keep doing it, it's just silly.
Deal with it.
I mean, we already knew where they were anyway, because we've seen them. We already knew where Ray was on the island, but that was in the last movie, so the reminder was helpful. This time it's like, well, that was 10. I don't know how long ago it is because I keep stopping it. It was probably 2 minutes ago. We saw them getting electrocuted because they parked in the wrong space. Stupid.
Without a code breaker to bring us onto Snoke's Star Destroyer. What do we do?
I don't know. Unless you got a thief in your pocket, our plan is shot. Do it.
What?
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 Sorry.
So another thing where it's just like, oh, coincidence, luck, hooray! They've been arrested for a really stupid reason. Well, they weren't. Being arrested wasn't stupid. The thing they did was stupid and unnecessary, and they've got arrested for doing the stupid, unnecessary thing. And they've been put in a cell with someone else. I mean, did they only have one cell? They put in the cell with what, and it just happens to be this expert codebreaker. When that's exactly what they need. Oh, how convenient. We've been separated from the one codebreaker we was aware of, and the one we was looking for. But it's okay because there's a spare over here, and that's really handy. And then it just gets dumber from here.
I just couldn't help but overhear all the stuff that you were saying really loudly while I was trying to sleep.
Yeah, they do that. They do talk quite loudly, and did they? They don't seem to get stealth.
Codebreaker? Thief? How you do it?
We're not talking about picking pockets, okay?
Yeah. Don't let the rapper fool you, friend. Me and the first order codage go way back. And if the price is right, I can rank you into old man Snub's boudoir.
So he just happens to be like an expert on the first order stuff specifically. That's really handy. Like the other guy was just like a generally qualified and knew what he was doing. He probably figure it out. But this guy, he can do the specific task the best. Just happens to be here.
We got it covered.
Canto Bight.
And then he just lets himself out of jail. What? So conveniently again, they've been locked into a cell with this expert codebreaker that they need to do the exact job that they're looking for. And they said no at first, even though it's very handy. And then it's also very handy that he hadn't woken up earlier and let himself out earlier, and was able to let himself out so that they can get out. Otherwise, how were they going to get out of the prison? What were they going to do? They're going to be stuck in there the whole forever now. But they just happen to be in there with a guy who can open the door. So they're in there because they're stupid, and they're out because of blind luck. Whereas when we watch Star Wars, we like to see heroes with tactics and plans. I mean, the plans don't have to go right. They can get messed up and they can be outmaneuvered and stuff. That's fine. But we just want to see some level of competence. We don't want to see stupid and lucky. Obi-Wan doesn't believe in luck.
Did he just...
Yeah.
Yes, he did, for some reason, because nothing makes sense.
This way.
And also, the astromech droid is able to beat up a bunch of guys and tie them up, but doesn't have thumbs.
Did you do this? Yeah, man.
So that was set up by the comic scene earlier, where the little weird guy was putting coins into him the whole time. But it's like, also there's a turnaround. You thought that was just going to be a little comedy scene, but it was actually, luckily, a thing that meant he could now use the coins as though he was a machine gun and blast the security officer who's just doing his job. He's not an evil guy, he's just doing his job. But you can machine gun him with gold coins. It's just a traffic warden. He's not an Imperial stormtrooper, he's a traffic warden. And they parked illegally. They should be in jail.
Lock down all the exits.
Wait.
Some codebreaker. Like, surely part of code breaking and thief and stealth, like, cover your tracks, So they've gone down the grating, left it wide open. Oh, we didn't go this way. I'm hoping they prove me wrong by the people going down there and finding that they weren't actually down there, and that was a subtle trick, but I don't foresee that happening. Please prove me wrong, movie. No, they went that way immediately. That's the way they've gone. They've gone down the sewer thing, and they're coming up, and they're leaving the grate open so they can be tracked exactly. Like, if they put the lid on this one, then there's going to be grates everywhere, and the people aren't going to know which one they came out of. They're going to leave open, so they're going to know to come up this one and keep walking around here until they find them again. Just...
Great. Those cops will be here any minute. What now?
Yeah, but they might not be if you close the lids. Why does it sound like Chewbacca? Oh, so the children are locked in with the... I can't remember what she called them. I'm just going to call them horses. The children are locked, but she makes every effort to make sure the horses get away. Like, kids, you're on your own.
No, wait, please don't. We're with the resistance.
Well, what does that mean to them? The resistance haven't helped them this far. The guys they're working for... I've rewound it again somehow. The people they're working for sell to the resistance as well, so... meaningless.
No, wait, please don't.
What is this stupid little ring anyway? Does every resistance member have a little secret ring that they can, like... Oh look, I have the ring that secretly opens and has the rebel symbol inside, so that means I'm one of the resistance. I mean, if you're a spy, which they are right now, you don't want to be carrying that, because it's not got a code on it. It's just a sliding mechanism that you, like, oh, nice ring. Oh, you're a rebel, are you? Okay, you're the rebel spy, clearly. Oh, and everyone's got one of these. Have they to carry around and be, yes, look, we're the rebels because we carry the little secret rebel ring. What about your just staff ID badge? Why this non-spy useless secret ring? Yeah, look, they found them because they left the grate open. Okay, child, don't be screaming go, 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 yay, because if you're not going with them, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You want to make up some kind of story like, you know, they overpowered you and there was nothing you could do. Don't look like you're on their side at this stage. You know, I know you are on their side. It's very honourable, but they're leaving you behind. They didn't put you on a horse. You need to be worrying about your safety for now, because you're going to be shackled up in that cell in moments again. You know, and whipping you as well, which they may well do, because, you know, the way they treat people for parking fines. What do you think they're going to do to people that let their horses go?
Stop enjoying this. Stop enjoying this.
We've got them. They're not going anywhere.
Oh no! They weren't going anywhere. They wouldn't just keep going round and round in circles on the track. But oh no, I didn't realise they could jump the fence. This unpredictable now. Okay, recall that this is supposed to be a stealthy mission to find a code breaker so they can secretly break into the First Order, they've made next to no attempt at being subtle. What is this alien anyway? I mean, what are all the lumps? I mean, the ones at the top clearly look like breasts. Are the rest of them breasts? Are we looking at? So we've got 2 that are just about covered, and we've got four bare alien breasts. I mean, we did have the cows earlier, and we do have Ula in Return of the Jedi, but nobody knows about that. They got away with that. Well, this is just blatant. It's rude. It's a family film. Little drunk man again. Lovely cup of tea. So they've lost their ship that they left in the conspicuous place. Oops. Oh, come on, you parked illegally and now you're stealing all of their horses. You are criminal wanted number 1. Most wanted, that's what I'm looking for. So they're more concerned at this stage of catching the criminals. They should probably try and round up the horses though, because that's their livelihood, isn't it? They're very big on criminal justice here. They have to get the perps for some more electric shock treatment. What do you mean you think you lost them? They're right behind you still, and they've got torches, and you're on that giant horse. They can probably see you. Fine. What do you mean you? What? Okay, some more peril. Cliff edge.
We're trapped.
Oh yeah.
It was worth it though. To tear up that town.
Are they that trapped? They could go sideways. They're not surrounded. There's just 2 flying things in front of them. They still have one of the horses that can outrun them. They're not that trapped. Go. Taking the saddle off you. You can go.
Now it's worth it.
Now it's worth it. The children. I mean, yes, it's nice you freed the horses from being whipped and chained all the time, but it's pretty good. There's a lot more to deal with right now. And by chance, I think the guy's name's DJ. He's got a ship and he's found them. I mean, they weren't interested in having him help, so why he's come back to rescue? They didn't make friends. He kept trying to be like, hey, pay me some money and I'll do whatever you like, and they're like, no, go away. Why is it? This isn't a Han Solo situation where he'd been on an adventure with Luke and he was like, yeah, I'm just in it for the money, and then at the end he has a change of heart. This is just what is this? Unless he's playing the long game, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell you out, and all the double, triple crossing stuff. No, nobody's flying that thing because we've both come out to be like, hey, how you guys? We've got all the time in the world. We're not in the middle of a chase situation right now. Don't worry about being stealthy or what. So So they've got away. All the horses are just like in a field over there. They're like, oh, we did it. We freed them. No, they're gonna be quite easily rounded up again. Surely, within a day or two, they're going to be back on that racetrack. You have achieved nothing. And as this video is probably over an hour again, I don't really feel like I've achieved a whole lot either. What was that? Maybe 5 minutes of movie. Who knows? We got through Canto Bight. That was one of the milestones. That was one of the hurdles. We got there. So as I say, maybe this will be the last one. Maybe I'll be able to do another one. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with this? So maybe I'll see you next time. Maybe I don't want to face it again. And if you do go and see episode 9, you know, let's all hope it redeems the franchise. That's what we want. We want things to go back to the glory days. We want brighter futures. Palpatine's back. We all love Palpatine. He's supposed to be dead. Darth Maul's supposed to be dead. No one's ever really gone, but you know, some people are. Just leave them. What are they going to do? How are they going to ruin Palpatine? Merry Christmas.